What up, YouTube? Tim Moves here. Since this month, I'm doing my reviews for past April films. Here's my review for the 2012 comedy, The Three Stooges. Now, The Three Stooges is, of course, based on the iconic comedy act. Here this time around, you've got Sean Hayes from Will and Grace fame, who plays the role of Larry, while Will Sasso plays Curly, and Chris. I always mispronounce this dude's name, but it's like the actor's name is Chris Diamantopoulos. I can never really pronounce this guy's name too well. He of course plays the role of Mo. I literally saw this movie in theaters when it got released. Now, obviously, these guys cannot top the original Stooges. The original Three Stooges. If you guys never really seen if you literally never seen clips of the original Three Stooges, they are some of the most funniest comedy acts of that era. Actually, they are still funny, Stop that. But yeah, they were some of the funniest comedy acts there was. Really, they were really hilarious, slapstick. The stuff they pulled was really hilarious. And when they announced it, I'm not even joking. When they announced this Three Stooges movie, believe it or not, these three actors were not the first choice to star. The actors who were actually originally cast as the Stooges, I'm not making this up. They literally wanted Jim Carrey, Sean Penn, and Benicio del Toro as the new Stooges. I love those actors so much, but maybe Jim Carrey I could probably see as this one of the Stooges, but really, that's one of the most cringiest casting choices I've ever heard of. But these new actors who played the Three Stooges, they nailed it. I don't know if they nailed it every yes. They were so good at these roles. They were good at embodying these characters. And it was like here, you got this Three Stooges who ends up being left on the doorstep of an orphanage that are run by nuns. And so, the three, newborn nugheads end up growing up into the finger poking knuck characters we all know and love who are now janitors, and they end up learning that financial problems will soon, pretty much force the only home they've ever known to close here, and so the trio ends up sending out to raise eight, loads of money to save the orphanage, and they also actually and the three ends up being brought in a murder plot, and they even find stardom on the Jersey Shore. Like the Jersey Shore characters are even in this. Like you actually had cameos by Snooki, The Situation, J-Wow, Ronnie Orris. I mean, Samantha, Sweetheart. It was so darn weird to actually see the Jersey Shores in this. I mean, that's interesting right there. You also had some other interesting cast members. You had Kate Upton, who of course plays who's of course a nun here, and she ended up getting a lot of controversy because she was a sexy nun, and I guess nuns can't be sexy, so yeah. You also had Jane Lynch, who was great in this, of course from Glee fame. She of course plays the mother superior, who's of course the head nun of the orphanage. You had Sofia Vergara, who plays their half brother Teddy's wife, who wants the Stooges to pretty much murder her husband. You also got Seventh Heaven dad Stephen Collins is in this. I know it's a bit awkward to talk about anything with Stephen Collins in it because, yeah, if you guys don't know, Stephen Collins of course played the priest dad on Seventh Heaven. I'm not going to go into much details, but he's a bit of a pedo. I'll put it that way. Yeah, I'll put it in a nice way as a kid. He's a pedo. He's a sicko. Yeah. Anyway, obviously this movie came out before that incident, though, so take that for granted. I'm not even joking. You even got Larry David playing a nun here named Sister Mary Magdalene. Larry David is so darn good in this. I love Larry David in this. Like when he gets pissed off at the Stooges is so hilarious to watch. The stuff that the Stooges do to the poor guy is hilarious. I mean, Larry David, of course, he is best known for Curb Your Enthusiasm fame. I just loved him in this, You also had Lin Shay had a part in this. Uh, as you know, the old Spice guy Isaiah Mufasa appeared in this too. I mean, he was really good. This movie I thought had some really fun moments in it. Some really funny lines. The three actors play the roles really well. The film was also directed by the Farrelly brothers, who, of course, they're no stranger at directing movies with dummy characters because they did give us Dumb and Dumber. And of course, Pierre Farrelly was the one who directed Green Book, which of course won Best Picture at the Oscar. So this movie is actually directed by someone who ended up winning an Oscar for Best Picture. So, yeah, that. You know, this movie premiered back on April 13th, 2012. I remember watching this thing in theaters. I really giggled. It was really hilarious, funny, entertaining. It's a very. It definitely had a bit more of a Dumb and Dumber vibe than the Three Stooges vibe at times. And it's sad to say the reviews it was not so great. You know, it has like a 51% on Rotten Tomatoes. It got 47 audience score. It's a better movie than most people may actually be. I mean, is it like an Oscar-winning movie? Obviously not. Is it? Are these Stooges as good as the original Three Stooges? Definitely not. But I still thought the movie was really funny. It was harmless. Not a bad little film. So if you guys have not seen it, the Three Stooges movie is actually on HBO Max. You can find it on Vudu, Fandango. A much better movie than people may actually be. You can also find it on Prime Video, Apple TV. I'm also a little disappointed we never really got to see a sequel to this. You know, I would love to see these characters again, but I guess and the movie did pretty well when it got released, so it's a shame we never got to see a sequel to this. But hey, I guess not every movie deserves a sequel, you know? Anyway, let me lead you guys. Have you ever seen the 2012 Three Stooges film? If so, what story? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? What were some of your favorite parts in it? Some of your favorite moments? And bonus question, were you ever a fan of the original Three Stooges? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Simu signing out.